Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. It's Edward back at you with yet another stream. How's it going? The sporting world doesn't stop. We got the Super Bowl tonight. We got the Winter Olympics happening in Italy. We got Super Sunday happening at the moment. The ICC T20 World Cup is well underway. And we have a lot to talk about. So before we dive into the I was just having a look at some of the websites, and it's the thing that caught my eye. So it was this article was, as I'm sure most sports fans do, is scrolling around and see what they can see. And naturally, one of the main talking points outside the Super Bowl is Max Crosby. And I personally don't understand I don't see the point. I don't see why, rather, the Raiders would trade Max Crosby, because you do not need the cap space. Because I think they've got over 80 million. And irrespective of the draft package you could get, one of those picks would be drafting his replacement, and there's no guarantee that you'd get an edge rusher at wherever you'd be picking from. And when you consider they've got they're at the start of their rebuild, you cannot put the price on the leadership he would provide. And I don't think that's worth the remainder of the picks of what they could get for him. I really don't. You need you will need locker room pillars like him if you want to get to where you ultimately want to get to, even that's 500 for all intents and purposes. I mean, if you look, what was it? The Micah Parsons trade, what did they get? They got 2 firsts and Micah Parsons trade package. It was like 2 firsts and defensive tackle Kenny Clark. Yeah, so you take that as the barometer. They're around similar ages. Well, I think Max Crosby's actually a couple of years older rather. That's the barometer that the Raiders will use. There's no reason to think they'll get more from him. And for all intents and purposes, let's switch to Kenny Clark for a day 2 pick, right? As I said, that 2026 first rounder, you'd be hoping to draft his replacement. And naturally, there'd be no guarantee his replacement would be on there. Of course, you could then argue there's the sort of the find one on free agency, but any edge rusher on the market free agency is always on the market for a particular reason. And as I said, I personally do not understand the point in trading Max Crosby, because you don't need the cap space, and irrespective of the capital you get, one of the picks will be his replacement, and the remaining picks I don't think is worth the leadership he'd provide. I really don't. I mean, it's... What's it on this articles? Cowboys potentially franchise tagging George Pickens. The thing about George Pickens that it obviously appears on the outset that he's found his home in Dallas. But the thing that just crossed my mind, I don't know, it's just a feeling in my gut that how much of what we saw last year was the fact it was a contract year, more so than, how do I put it, is the improvement in his play that we saw last season, or this season, depending on how you want to put it, derived from him being more comfortable in Dallas than he was in Pittsburgh, or the fact it's a contract year. I don't know, it just is, when you just look at some of his media comments, I don't know, I don't completely trust giving him whatever deal it'd get to. What would it be? So let's go position. Wide receiver. You got CD at 34. Let's go. There we go. I mean, would you give him 32 million a year when you got CD? I'd be reluctant to give him this cut. I would be reluctant to give George Pickens the top tier money just for one season when, with how it ended. I don't know. It's hard to describe. It's the because of course he's a. If you look at sort of from a statistical perspective, he's definitely should be up in the 32s, but I suppose it's the 1 year sample size is the main thing that bothers me. Is the 1 year sample size combined with some of the sort of personality, let's call them orange flags rather than red flags, just would make me slightly hesitant to give him any form of long-term deal. I suppose then that sort of speaks to why they'd franchise tag him, just to see how he is again and get a bit more of a larger sample size. But I sort of have a feeling in my gut about it, and I don't know, my gut's never too far wrong. I don't completely. I saw a piece. I can't try and find it. It was on. It was. There we go. There's reports of the Vikings not being completely sold on Mike McCarthy, and this very much feels like a one of those. Not quite ball in the sky, but it's because the GM's been fired who drafted him, ipso facto, he hasn't played great, let's make a story out of this. But all bets are off. I mean, it's not necessarily So this article feels a byproduct of the firing rather than anything else. I mean, I don't think anyone, if you take a look at it, I'm not surprised the Vikings fired their GM, because when you invest so much capital in the first round of the 2024 draft and it does not work, that's always going to come at a price. And when the result of which is over relying on free agents, that screws up your cap. It means you can't then which then inhibits your ability to build around it in the medium-term future, then there's only one way that plays out. I mean, I'm very much in the camp of always hesitant when teams trade up, just because of how little margin for error you have. Trading up for your franchise QB, you can kind of understand, but when you're trading up for an edge rusher, it's the same thing of going, like, what did they give up? A Dallas Turner trade. There was a couple of mid-round picks, like the Vikings got first and then third and a fourth. So I think that was a fifth round, if memory serves. I'd rather have the three players. I don't know about you, but I'm not surprised the Vikings fired their GM for the simple reason of you invest so much in both of those. You can't even remember what they gave up to move up to get JJ, but it's when you move up and give up so many picks and it does not work for either. Obviously, you can point to various reasons as to why it hasn't worked, but when you give up so much and it does not pay out, that comes at a price, and then forces you to build around. Well, it forces you to use free agency to fill out your roster more than you'd ideally want to. And free agency reinforces the floor, but it doesn't elevate the ceiling. And we're seeing that. So irrespective of who they sign and who they draft, still have them down as, still wouldn't be surprised if they're slightly above 500 type team, and then the question then turns to, not question turns to, but you could see them reports coming out about Justin Jefferson. It's Bengals won't trade Joe Burrow. Is anyone really surprised by this? I mean, I think every man and his dog knows that the Bengals aren't going to proactively trade Joe Burrow. And that the only way that this accelerates is if he chooses to. And I've already been in the camp, and I made a video a year ago saying the exact same thing of I can't see him retiring in Cincinnati just because of how they've done they've made such a pig's ear out of building a roster around him, or even environment rather, and sort of touching on the head coaching thing, and somehow he's still come back. But anyway, I still maintain, said a year ago, I'd be stunned if he was, and I said back then, I'd be stunned if he was to retire a Cincinnati Bengal. Obviously, you could sort of say those one-day contract type things, but then in my head, the question becomes, because to me, him getting traded is a formality. It's just a question of when and that type of stuff. Is what does Jamar do off the back of it? Because I could create a couple of narratives in my head of the quote unquote the legacy angle of Jamar deciding, actually, I want to show how good of a receiver I am. I believe I can make any QB look good. I can make a rookie look good. I can make Joe Flacco look good. I want to stay just to show how good of a receiver I am. Or the opposite of, if he's not here, I got my contract. That's a whole different ball game and how he got it in the first place. I want to play in the postseason. Because irrespective of the former narrative of the sort of the legacy angle, Super Bowls and postseasons are sort of where it'll take him to another level of where he's likely driving, a big factor into driving his decision making. Is there anything on Giannis on here? Or is that a day or two story? One second. Because I saw something earlier of Harden takes over clutch and takes over in clutch. Well, on James Harden, I don't understand why the Cavaliers traded for James Harden. Because as much as he may be a slight on-court upgrade over Garland, when you consider that on his previous teams, it would be the Rockets, 76ers, Nets and Clippers, all of them didn't have great locker rooms or cultures, and that can't be a coincidence. And to me, trading on-court play for a slightly weakened locker room is not a trade I'd ever entertain. Even if it's just especially if it's a player-for-player swap. But yeah, I mean, maybe the Cavaliers see something that I don't. That's very possible, very likely. But Kawhi's a whole another story, really. I think he just seems like a guy that's just got absolutely no drive. I mean, I'm sure he's more the sort of the silent assassin type, but I don't know. He's the most if you want to know what paint drying is in an NBA interview, just watch Kawhi. I mean, it's yeah, as I said, was there anything on Giannis? Dressing roster moves. I would say we are aggressive. The thing that crossed my mind about when I read this earlier, because I sort of did a prior reading before coming on stream, is it's, how do I put it? You sort of a lot of his comments were the prices were so high, and they always are at the trade deadline because desperation's kicking in. But the price being high, I presume there'd be a narrative he isn't mentioning of the pieces I was prepared to give up, which isn't as much because of the plan to trade for a star in the summer. If you sort of follow my trail of thought of, because we were always planning on trading for, I mean, now off the back of this trade deadline, it's probably Giannis would be more pertinent. And or even I was sort of fantasizing of a hashtag Team Europe of Jokic ending up in the Lakers, but that's not happening anytime. That's not happening. Point blank. Is them Rob Pelinka realizing that we need that trade, so therefore we're going to make that trade, and this summer coming is the way to do it. Therefore, we need to keep back those assets. And the domino effect on this trade deadline is the high prices that are always going to be high. Trade deadline was more impactful because we budgeted less assets in order to make the trade. Or if you follow my trade of thought. But yeah, it's, I mean, going back to this, it just thought across my mind of, so who's up for deals at this season? Up for deals. You got JSN, who's playing tonight. I'm trying to think of where you'd put him. Because it's sort of my career way to get into is player representation, and actually going, would you ask me if you were JSN's agent, what would you ask for? 35? I mean, I know he's not quite on that level, but or you'd sort of go on the basis of the Bengals stupidly in the respect of when they choose to do it, rather than the actual, was he worth it? Because he was clearly worth it, but they should have done it a year earlier and saved them $5 million. But anyway, you'd be using this as the benchmark, wouldn't you? It's the natural point of negotiation, or the reference point of going, we know he's not 40 million, but therefore ipso facto we want 35. Well, Justin Jefferson's underpaid by, you'd say, 5 million or so, but when he got his extension last year, anyway. Is there anything on the? Is there something I saw on the Browns? Let's see if there's any other stories I missed. Open to restructure for Pickens. I mean, the Cowboys wouldn't need to restructure as much as they probably will have to. If they just proactively gave out their contracts, I mean, I don't think it's rocket science when, was it, Dak's still on 60, which is 5 million more than, 5 million more than Joe B. And even CD was at sort of the end, and you're going, that's 8 million. Obviously, it's not how cap maths works, but it's 8. If you did it proactively, irrespective of whether you're for or against re-signing Dak in the first place, If that's what you intended on doing, you do it. If you do it proactively, you save money in relative terms rather than giving the player the leverage. And could we have 60, please? Yeah, go on. But let's just check in on the football while we're here. Analysis. Oh, when I saw this, and I watched the game actually on stream, and I'm sure every person and his dog. It's no wonder Tottenham are in the position they're in if one of the senior players in the squad not quite acts like this, but well, these are the actions that are fueling his words. And yeah, and of course you're going to have the head coach backing you, because what else are you going to do? But maybe it's just the Europa League final. Winning it was actually papering over a lot of the cracks. I mean, I'm sure, well, they're not getting Champions League this year, but it exposed winning the Europa League. It has exposed a lot of the cracks that were there for the season they won the Europa League, and now this way round, it's going to take them a couple of years to ironically get back to where they were when they got Champions League football when they earned Champions League football in the first place. Anything else? Is Virgil still on here, or is that old news? On Newcastle, right? Actually, as I was thinking about it, say he's not doing a good enough job. But Newcastle will probably be the side that I'd say are the next domino club. And what I mean by that is, if one or two players, and manager for that matter, were to leave, they would end up in one massive hole. And thank you for the 9 millionth suggestion of here's where you go to get views, but I'm doing this the long and hard way, thank you very much. Is that, irrespective of the last couple of games, Eddie Howe's a better manager than this. And obviously he had Roy Keane's endorsement of him as a potential candidate for Man United. If you were to project, Eddie Howe was to either leave for Man United or England, I can even see him at Chelsea. But that's by the by. If Eddie Howe was to leave, you obviously have the reports of Tonali's agent mentioning that he'll be exploring his client's future. So that's, if things shake out the way they do the FA and Eddie Howe is to get offered the England job, Tonali was to leave, that's two. They obviously haven't replaced Alexander Isak. And then you go, if I was a big top six club, I'd easily look to go after Bruno Guimaraes, who I think is a phenomenal player. I think that sort of a United or a Chelsea would be great for him. And so then Eddie Howe's to go to England or Man United. Tonali back to Italy or Arsenal or whoever. Guimaraes, then Lewis Hall, sort of the next wave, then a Livramento, irrespective of his injuries. and you're back at square one. And with the fact that their footballing department above Eddie Howe is going in a different direction again after Paul Mitchell left, and you go, right, okay, was it 50 million they spent on Elanga? 1 second, let's just use this tab. Anthony, not Davis, Elanga, Newcastle. Was it? It was 50, I swear. 55. You know, as much as he's a nice player, and I would question, yeah, sort of that sort of point of ignoring effects from Paddy Power, and that's part of the sort of that underlying issue. They had one hell of a foundation that they built, with PSR included. Some of them signings I'd call confusing of how they actually move the team forward. And obviously you could say Elanga so he can play on the counter-attack, but they already had a couple of wingers that it doesn't exactly move the team forward, because obviously Newcastle are very much a physical team, and you go, do they need an extra winger? Not sure. Obviously they had Almiron, but I don't know. Newcastle had one hell of a foundation, and I can think it's very feasible that tower they built all comes not quite crashing down, because that's over the top, but you'll lose half the building. You'll lose half the block of flats, if you will, if one or two bolts were to come undone. I firmly believe that. I mean, on that, I think I've very much got a bit of a with the word admiration. I think Gamera should be a phenomenal player for a United or a Chelsea, especially Chelsea to sign of. Obviously Tonali gets all the headlines, but I think Gamera should be phenomenal at Chelsea, even though they've got more midfielders than I'm trying to think of a comparison point, but because you give them a sort of a bit more, he's got a bit more of a sandpaperiness. He's got a sort of a personality. I mean, the highs wouldn't be as high and the lows wouldn't be as low, but I'm sure they'll go after I'm trying to think of someone young. I can't, but yeah. You go. I'm sure you get my point. Anything else, that man? How old's Rodri? That wouldn't be a terrible signing. 18 months left. Fair play. That's interesting. I mean, it's obviously from a signing perspective, I think that'd be phenomenal for Real Madrid, because obviously Real Madrid will be going through, because of decisions their boardroom has made to go back to the Galactico model. I'm firmly of the opinion that they have some form of mini rebuilding coming, because whilst signing Galacticos is great for marketing, it's poor for a dressing room dynamic, and it feels like that dressing room has gone from is 2% more me focused at the expense of team focused. You then consider they're thinking of moving on from Carvajal, and then you could easily see them moving on sort of from Antonio Rudiger, and then you're going, how many more senior players have they got left to keep the Mbappes, Viniciuses, and whoever in check? So I think Rodri would be great for them. See, he was Atletico, wasn't he, beforehand? Yeah, he was Atletico. Coyote's only 21. Fair play. Not sure why Newcastle be. Well, I suppose Tino Livramento's injury history, but I mean, look, they don't qualify for the Champions League. Lyon's Tyler Morton. Why is he? Why have I got Derby in my head, or is that the Liverpool? He was Liverpool. That's what I'm thinking of. How long's he been at Lyon? Oh, only this year, right? Okay. 20% sell on. 30. Yeah, it says 30. You could probably demand 30. 30 mil. 20%. 3.6. Not terrible. Yes. I feel for AD in a way, because sort of the circumstances he's ended up are sort of no fault of his own for the most part. And it was the situation is sort of a byproduct of, what was his name, Nico Harrison's stupidity, but obviously you can sort of understand the let's trade away to sort of draw a line in the sand, but it's the what's that thing you don't want to make an error on an error, and if you can get more for a player, then let's do it. So let's now, I've waffled on long enough. This is the first sort of just chatting section I've ever done, as I'm sure you can see. But let's dive into some creators. We've been talking for about half an hour, which I'm delighted about. But yeah, it's not updating, is it? So let's update arc creators. Done. One second. So all that's all good, all happy days. You didn't just waffle you wound up. So big goal for me is to finally, to God, that's upgraded. What was it? It was this one? Surveyor Vault is, just check my loadout. Did I die again? Must have done. Right, let's go back to the Ferrero Rocher. I can't have died. Don't think I did. Must have. Oh well. That was the common shotgun. I haven't quite got the name. It was a shotgun I picked up actually. It's we got loads of Renegade. So that's level 3. That's the central firing core. So it's firing cores and actually, what was it? Logbook. Oh, so it's kill stuff. Okay, so now I'm flip-flopping around here. Right. Swear I had another thing. Can't I them? Gunsmith. I like the Ferrero Rocher. Craft. Gonna keep it without mods for now. Mechanical components. I'd wish you could just track individual components. That'd be great, but alas. So now we want to go to this one, I think. Yep. Magnets. That'd be another one. I'm going to track this briefly. This one. It's that and that. So let's put that on there, that on there. Okay, so I'm good for stash space. Actually, I want to... Il Toro 2. Advanced electrical. See, let's just do the... So I need bullets. Let's focus back on 33. Let's do 50. Super duper. 3. And that thing we want. Have I got? I don't. So now I need to go to the gunsmith. No, I don't. Traders. It's Lance.
You've come to the right place. I patch folks up and send them back better than new. See? I knew you'd come around to my way of thinking.
That's all there. Now let's go to workshop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, let's go. So this is the warm-up game. Ooh, matriarch. Is there a night raid on here? There is. Loot. Oh, perfect. I'm right by the thing that I want to be near.
Have your eyes adjusted to the dark yet, Raider? Loot is ripe for the picking while most of Toledo is asleep, though my suppliers say that Ark is twice as vigilant after sunset.
Just reload quick. Can't even remember what I need. Oh, hello, Puppet! Oh, Oh, good. More. Fuck. Right, so I now have a bit of a guard position. Not you. Ow. Yeah. Yeah, you're all good. It's... Woo! No! I panicked and missed the wrong button. You're in a slight pickle here, mate. I am well and truly screwed. Everybody hurts. Why'd you open the door? Rez? Quick! Quick! There's no robot in here, honest. No! This is why we warm up. I didn't fucking upgrade anything. That's good. Great news. Right. So that... Well done, Clucky. Right. So... Should I... I'm not going to right now. Maybe a little grenade. In reality, doing a double loop map is maybe not the best suggestion I did. Best idea I had, but hey ho, that's why we dust ourselves off and get back up again. Everybody hurts sometimes. Right, back to there. So now let's go into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's give this a go. Why not? This is the warm-up game. Let me just... Night raid. Is that a bad idea? Ah, screw it. Right, so I'm... I hate the lobby. Okay. One. So this has already been looted. Which is great. I know I need them. So I need them with like 6 bullets per round. Nice. Nice. Looking around specifically, but things like that. Don't need the rest. That's all looted. Oh. Battery time. Let's go grab this fucker. So round here, the battery normally is. Where is this damn battery? There you are. Round you. I'm very aware I'm at the end of the game, but hey ho. Hello. Huh. Wonder if because of this, I'm going to go over this side. I don't know why the loot over in... Someone's already been here, so abandon that. Let's see. So the goal of this is to get another more, like, not pop triggers. We're gonna let it burn, 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 burn. No. Shot. I do say so myself. So let's shut that. Even though someone's clearly been here. I'm gonna get that for didgeridoos. Right, let's get my gun out and shoot this thing. Right. So I can control my exits. I'm gonna shut that. Woo! Can't remember if I loot this or not. I know there was... vault through here. I have a feeling that's a guy that's not friendly. The guy that's constantly got his mic open, that's incredibly annoying. Might as well just eat pasta into the middle of it. Use more bullets, please. I'm dying for a wee. You're not getting me that easy. Nice. Let's get some arc alloy just to top up the reserves. Try to think of places on this map that people don't loot as much. This gun's nice for just shots like that. Let's get that. Just, it's... Now, for the... Because it hasn't been breached, I'm going to breach it. Even though someone's probably come at it from the other side, but... Explored. 'Tis been explored. Can't really... No one else to blame. Woo! Thank you. I wanted that secretly. I heard a helicopter. Let's go in here. Let's bandage that up because I know I've got so let's let's go T. Let's top you up. And then let's have another one. And then let's have another one of them.
Orbiter is en route. The safe window is closing. You have 10 minutes to return to Speranza. I repeat, 10 minutes.
Oh, flip. Nice. Let's reload. You, sir, are mean. Who's me? Okay, it's called. I'll be fine. Ooh. Everybody hurts sometimes. Shrapnel grenade. Lucky me. That one was a build up the stock levels type of a run. So that's why I want to send that back to there. I already have the shield he does. I know I did because I just picked them up. There they are. So now I'm going to craft those two into more important shield he does. Gunsmith. No, I do need gunsmith. Need it for the Ferrero Rocher. Right. Craft. And actually, let's go gunsmith. Might as well just upgrade it. Got loads of metal parts. Simple. $15. Can I go 15? No. Let's do 20. Let's then check my loggy book. Mechanical parts, simple gun parts. I can get rid of them. Excuse me. Right. 1 second. I have returned. Okay, so let's get comfy. Well, the matriarch's there now. Right. To Blue Gate! Right. What? Let's go. Check back in. Not on these can all go for all intents and purposes. Right, so let's move that. I'm talking about internally. So it's
Hey, Apollo here. Listen.
cool. 1 second.
You'll find the unfinished
Cool, that's there. I'm all.
construction sign.
Oh, I'm in game capturing for this time.
My previous crew.
I'm a professional, honest. Flippity doodah. Hello. Does anybody know if surveyor vaults pop in mid-map? Because that's the primary thing that I'm looking for. And for the last couple of games, both last stream and this stream, I have not found them for the life of me. I'll take that every day of the week. Bullets. Cool. Beans. 2 co-pilots. Let's go home on Copilot. Do surveyor on caps lock. Do surveyor vault spawn in. I'll breach that. That's the goal for these next wee while. Is where's that? Is looking for surveyor vaults because I'm one close to upgrading one of my benches. There it is. Go, go, go! I'm coming for you. Actually, let's hide that. Oh, good. Why do you have to be... So I got that over there. I have... Live and let live. You're slightly coming this way, but you're not at the same time. Now what's just landed there? Another robot. I'm literally tempted to get this fucker. It's a little rock! Sorry. Oh, sugar plums. Let's just chill out in here. Casey spotted me. That can go. There's no way in God's green earth I'm surviving that. Where on the map am I? Okay. So where are you? You can't have seen me. Thank you for shooting at him. That really makes my life a little bit easier. I'm gonna move this way. I know it may seem slightly strange as to why I'm going up here, but I saw a surveyor vault before that big thing that's over there went. So I'm hoping no one's had it. Breach this. I'm actually going to take them both because hello, Senor Surveyor Ball. Someone can't have nabbed it. Surely. Poke your arse beam into the sky, please. Breach that while I pray with my all fingers and toes crossed. Where the bleep are you? It's really annoying. That pissing robot that's come up has meant that this surveyor bolt's gone nowhere.
How you call it? Surveyor. Yeah, surveyor.
Oh, they're annoying. Oh, hello. Oh, you're going for it as well. I'll let you have it. I hope you kill it though.
Who's Dan? Yeah, get down for sure. Surveyor, more like Boombayor. Got him.
Do they spawn in, do you know, or no?
I'm not sure. Yeah, they should.
Because they're a...
The ball, you can take it. Look whatever you want.
I only need the surveyor vault for the one of the benches.
Yeah. No.
And I just need one more.
The next expedition.
Okay.
I didn't do the first one.
Ah, okay.
Now I'm ready. This is my moment.
Your moment. Where is that coming from? It's not up there. So I've got my surveyor ball. So what was the other one? I don't completely want to trust this. I don't know why. The fact that the robots are coming over here is always a good sign, isn't it? Come on, come on, come on, come on. Nab that. Apparently I need you. Come on. Because I got my surveyor vault, I am going to quit while I'm ahead, I think. Or I head over to that geezer. Or girl, for that matter. What was that? Oh, good! 3 more robots. I'm coming.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Yeah. Okay. Let's go. There's almost a goal. We are hitting the exit. This one is
That guy was a bit of a laugh. I always like guys like that. Just good. Just good blokes. You seem like a good bloke. Hooray! So quest done. And a workbench done. So let's workshops. One of them, actually, let's check my logbook. That's probably the best option. Medical lab. Thank you. I may not be a businessman, but I'm a smart man. That's max level. Crafting. What actually did I get? Medical lab. Cool. So now it's get a chicken. Traders actually, it's Shania.
Back again? Must mean yours. Unless you're here to stare at monitors with me, well done. The skies are a bit clearer. The parts found in these drones can be...
Don't forget about Stella Montis. That place is going to investigate itself, you know.
Check the papers in the security checkpoint by the lobby. Where is that? Right. So, let's go check it on the football. The ball of the foot. Smell a saw. Everybody hurts. Let me just check my logbook again. So mechanical, simple, and a sentinel firing core. To co-pilot. Best maps for sentinel firing cores. I think you're going that again. Okay, so workbench. I got loads of these now. How many in my arsenal? Okay. Let's actually just stack them now. So I don't need bullets. That's good. Because I need these for the quest for the gun guy. But let's see if I can flat pack, or more commonly known as recycle. That's the Megatron that I need to deliver to Hooja Flip. Do I need you? Probably could do with you. Recycle. Let's sell. Sell. Recycle. Can I recycle into anything good? No. Sell. No. Let's sell one. That's the flow controller. What if I can recycle these into electrical? I don't know what you can recycle into. Not a lot. What do I need you electrical ones again for? It's electrical. Ah, okay. So let's actually do recycle them. Don't particularly need to recycle you. Let's recycle you. That's a good one. So that recycle. I'm really happy with that. Recycle. No. Wasp driver. Let's check what you recycle into. Very little. So electrical components. Actually, let's actually recycle that one. That reminds me. Let's check. Let's go radar, projects, this one, pot triggers. Let's commit resources. So need one more pot trigger and I'm going to track that. Now the surveyor vault. I actually need one more of these now. So let's track. So I want to go back there and get another one so I can get that blueprint. Okay, so let's go to refiner. Then, actually, let's just triple check what it was. It was a light gun parts blueprint. Let's go to workshop refiner. So I can now craft these, which is great news. Could do some. Is that the same one you need for those bandages? Great mullion, yeah. Okay, refiner, explosives. So this is screaming a blue gate again pipe. Do I need to... Let's repair that while I'm at it. Repair. Cancel. That's then... Because... So now you're there. Pop you in there. And... Let's then go workshops. There. That. One. That I know I need to. Let's do that. Blue gate. I like how spaced out blue gate is. I suppose then the So it's 1-0 Palace Brighton. My God, it's the Man United off. Because presumably, let's look at the teams. Right, let's come back to that. So now let's go down to... Very much. So I'm looking for to kill robots. One. I'm just trying to. The reason I said it's the Man United off is because Belieber's playing and Wharton. God, if there isn't a scout at that Man United Palace game, then I'm not entirely sure what they're doing. Just because it's they've of course are the most frequently linked to players with Man United. I mean, out of those two, I'm not sure about you, but I'd be more inclined to go after Adam Wharton, actually, rather than Belieber. I mean, I can sort of... because as much as Belieber comes across as the more natural 6, more of a physical 6, probably, rather than natural. They're both 6s. I can picture Wharton and Belieber being more of a partnership. I suppose... not entirely sure. Well, it's not, I think, too often players get linked. Sort of people employ the FIFA principle kind of names. Right, that's where there's a party going along. So I want to go over there. Not likely to die. Down this way. But yeah. Where's the other one? There you are. Ow! What the bleep were you? I'm in a slight pickle now. Let's recharge that. So I need rubber then. Me? Let's go. Let's take this boy out. Yeah. Normally comes out that way. I need to speed loot this.
Okay.
How many bombardiers do you get?
One.
Uh,
You?
hang on. That's not. I got a couple more. Have that. That evens it up.
How many?
So I pick.
Have one. You have what?
Yeah, I have 3. Well, with that would be 4. So I've got 4 now.
How many you have, bro?
So that's how many I have total.
I have 3. Okay. So you can stay with it. No. Okay.
Yeah,
What do you do for me? Thank you.
that's all good. Yeah, I have 3 now.
No problem, my friend.
Just felt the right thing to do, you know? Not, let's put that to there. So I should probably... Oh, that's where he probably is. So I'm going to go up there. And at the same time... It's nice when everyone's sort of on the same page, isn't it? That's dead. Woo! Let's climb up again. And in reality, that should have killed me. Let's call a spade here. But, pleased it didn't, though. Great news for the parish. Right, let's go that to there. Let's do it bit by bit. Hello. Hey guys. GG! Nice. Work. I came out with a gun. I didn't actually... gun? And I did a little good deed. Right. I can close that. I know that now. Good result for Palace, though. To be fair, with everything that's sort of going on, really good result for Palace. Unlock backpack. Okay. Two codex entries, whatever the bleep they are. So one of these needed 3 of them. So that's mechanical, but they strike me as oh, that's 5. Oh well. Cool. I'm happy. But yeah, going back to it before the Bombardier rudely interrupted me. Let's get one of these. I was sort of saying that the Brighton Palace match is very much I'd be stunned if United hadn't sent at least one scout. If not, I wouldn't be surprised if their whole team's there. And I'd be inclined to go after Adam Wharton rather than a Belieber, just because I can picture Adam Wharton and Kobe Mainu forming a better partnership, and with the hope or outside chance that the pair of them start for England, you can sort of use England as a way of building their partnership without them wearing the Man United badge, and that'd be something I'd be inclined on doing, and even potentially forming a team around. In terms of, obviously, Bruno Fernandes is a stalwart there, and you'd want him there as long as you can. But in terms of Bruno's replacement, I'd be inclined of sort of looking at Adam Ward. You could then sort of pass. 1 second. If you were to pan to the reports that, ignore the actual the legitimacy of the reports, linking Cole Palmer with Man United, sort of having a core 3 of Adam Wharton, Kobe Mainu, and a Cole Palmer, or even it says outlandish, I need a centre firing call for that. English midfield 3, I really like. And even you could potentially throw a Jude Bellingham in there, and people are going, why would Jude go back to Man United? But with where they're slowly building the team, you think of one more summer of a Adam Wharton, or even you'd throw in there an Elliot Anderson, even though you've got the reports that say he'd prefer Man City. But if Rodri does go to Real Madrid, then I sort of understand it. But okay, What does that need? That needs a bombardier cell and a motor. So let's focus on that. And also, the thing about the shrapnel grenade was useless. Let's give you a go. And this is something that hopefully is in my explosive station. Ah, that's where these canisters come in. I see. Let's trying to say which grenade is the best. I don't quite know. That's interesting. So on one screen I obviously got this. And the other one is the home fans have turned on Hertzler. They've chanted in big numbers, "You're getting sacked in the morning." I always thought it sort of had him in the sort of top 10 type of managers. Like, where are they in the table now? They are 13th. Slightly unfair. But United, though, only you got Villa. Oh, I need more snitches grenades. Right, okay. Damage heatsink. It's interesting. Need to kill some snitches then. Brentford though, sorry, I just seen this. You can't not give Brentford props. I mean, I don't think if you're asking them at the beginning of the season, they can't have imagined they'd be in this position. I mean, wow. Go them. So I need 3 bandages. Move me. And how many of them? 1 of them. Cool, heavy fuse. And then got a compensator, so my play. Get me water. I'm not entirely sure where I want to go, but let's head towards. Let's head towards there, because let's get you back up, shall we? need the 3 motors. As it says, and then hopefully there'll be some other lovely like-minded people that actually sit comfortably, not forward. Oh, I'm in a real big trouble. Right. So now I need to get cover and fast. Right. Good shot. I sound like a fucking... No, I think I owe you one, but...
Oh, I have a question. Do you know where I can find some rusted cogwheels?
Rusted cogwheels. I just spawned in. I only have simple gun parts and a Hornet driver, so I'm not much help. I don't know.
Ah, okay. Thank you.
One of these breach ball. Jack. Shit. So let's go over. Nice. Is it rusted bolts you need if you're in proximity? If you can hear me, that is. There's a guy that needed rusted bolts, I think he said. It says it's a red area for loot, but I can't see it. I mean, let's help these people. Nice work. Mine? I didn't realize they had Rocketeer drivers in these as well. Rocket alloy. Let's get him, what the hell. I kept it in, miss. I picked up the thing that he wanted, but the reality is he realizes that I picked it up and it's still in my inventory. Justice. I didn't even realize they had Rocketeer drivers, but the thing that he wanted, I picked up. Ah, can you light it? That's hilarious. I'm not really that bothered that I died. I'm going to be honest. I mean, it's slightly inconvenient, but still. It's like I got the thing he wanted. And that is why you have a safety deposit box thingy. That I don't need. I don't know why I picked that up, but it's good cash. Good cash. Okay, so let's send to stash. Oh, that's hilarious. I'm so happy. Right. This and killing me was for actually no apparent reason. For all intents and purposes. This one you want? Yeah. That one. 441. I'd rather have that. Burp. Even though he... Oh, that's a real giggle. I suppose the benefit is I already have loads of these. And I suppose with them I can make 3 of the other ones. So let's go 3 of them. Rubber parts. 1, 2, 3. Might as well make more, no? Let's see. Let's just stick with 3. That's there. Oh, that's a People know about IQ, but what are SQ and EQ? But this is... How do I level this up? But yeah, I picked up one, didn't I? So I do need more metal parts. So let's see if I can recycle some and create... actually, that's good. I need them. Let's recycle all that. Got a lot of you. Let's recycle some of them. Cool, I'm happy. Confirm. Let's go. Harlan does start. He's never not going to. So any of these hornets? Oh, okay. Map. Commercial, residential. I don't need toasters now. Industrial. I can go down to there. I think I need that for something. It was a damaged something. I was trying to... I'm going to run over here. And the reason I'm going to run over here is in case some of them pop up. I want a bit of cover. So I now have a bit of cover. I can take a pot shot if I want. Four bits. Oh. So even though that gave me a bit of cover, it wasn't the best cover in the world. I'm going to try and make my way over there if I can. I want to go there. Because... Oh, shh. There we go. Let's go back up. Party time. So, maybe a bad idea to come up. No problem. If I knew where you were, I still wouldn't shoot. Oh, you're there. We have company. Do you want to take out the thing on the right first?
Sorry, what?
All become clear.
Man, could you wait for a second? Come here, come. You obviously need a better weapon.
Yeah. Nah, you're good. You keep that. Well, no, for next time.
What? No, come on, man.
Go to.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Oh, shit.
I just saw.
Bye-bye.
There's a Bombardier down there, FYI. Oh, Bombardier, the big thing. But that guy does make a good point in terms of I do need to get better equipment. shit on my doodle. Gonna go towards it. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but where there's gunfire, there's eventual loot. Sound like it's coming underground, so I'm gonna go there. So that, I believe, is a civil war over loot. That is why I'm heading the complete opposite direction. But, when I see... So going back to the Palace Brighton game of it essentially being a semi-Man United off, when you consider you've got Wharton and Belieber going after the same people. Wharton and Belieber both linked with United. And I'd be inclined of going after Adam Wharton, because I can just picture him, as well as having similar skill sets. Both having similar skill sets. I can picture, I can picture Adam forming a better relationship with Kobe Mainu that he can then take over to the national team, and having a midfield two that are sort of symbiotic and can read off each other like they could potentially do. You're a step ahead against most other teams without a shadow of a doubt. That's the rocket one, isn't it? And I'm in a bit of a... Where have you gone? Ow. So I can afford to be patient. I've got more things here that can sink a battleship in terms of all the relevant let's go 2. He gone away? How very dare you? I wonder where that ship actually went. I don't want that. So I, in reality, need to get over there, is it? Probably not the best option.
Let's head home with the forest air shaft.
Olives. You have that. Hello. We got time? 6 minutes, we're all good. So I'm reading this. I don't particularly understand why Anfield are booing Mark Gehi when the issue is Palace side, if I'm not mistaken. But very much getting a loot everything as much as you can type. Let's hide that. Let's go back. Incoming!
An arc orbiter is en route. Safe windows closing. 10 minutes to get out of there. I repeat, 10 minutes.
Bet you can't top this.
Right. One second, just sending something. One second, I'll be right back. I'm back. What's the point? I haven't seen many surveyor bolts since the last. We were just thinking there again about sort of the Palace Brighton game resembling a sort of a Man United audition, if you will. I'm warming even further to the preposition of Adam Wharton being sort of one of the two signings, just because I can just picture him and Kobe Mino forming the midfield for the next 10 years, and every footballing department in my head should be thinking 5 years ahead, even irrespective of how short-termist football can be. And I can just picture Adam Wharton and Kobe Mino forming a better partnership over that period of time than a Baliba or even a João Gomez. I'm excluding Elliot Anderson just because of the recent reports of saying that he'd prefer Man City. That's a point. So let's send to stash. Move that up. Let's then send that to stash. Give us a go. Can I learn this? Let's see if I've got the gear bench. No. So in reality, what that guy's saying to me is, I need to level up. Right, so I need a sentinel firing cord. Right. So let's get 20 mediums for this one. Okay. So need a sentinel firing. Where did that say sentinel is better to get? Space fort? Or dam? Probably dam, and with the matriarch there. I suppose that makes more sense. What am I missing? I know I'm missing. I want you. And I swear I needed that for something, but let's go to next. I want two more. Yeah. Okay. And that one fabric. Matriarch's there, so let's get after it. I need to get over there. Makes me think of the dance.
Watch your backs, Raiders. The matriarch has been spotted near your location. Keep your wits about you if you decide to go anywhere near, and always keep a close eye on her children.
I hope there are a couple of other people that You're good. Can I put that in there? I can't. Damn it! Where is this joyous matriarch? But yeah, with the Palace and Brighton game essentially resembling a Man United audition for Adam Wharton and Belieber, I'm warming to the idea of Adam Wharton being the signing I go after out of the two of them. Hello. Because to me, he is more likely to form a stronger partnership with Kobe Mainu, and having them to form, you'd probably say it'd be one hell of a partnership, is more likely to be the stronger foundation to build the rest of the spine with. I mean, Bruno could play with either of them, but Bruno could play with either Belieber or Wharton, but I could easily see them sort of becoming best buds and forming a semi-brotherhood in this sort of way. Brotherly relationship. So yeah. Where is this lovely matriarch? Probably more around there.
Let's go to that location.
They got them covered. Or the matriarch may have been taken down. I haven't heard it. I've been on the map for at least a couple of minutes. Where is this pissing matriarch? Matriarch must have been taken down. Is that a... Don't understand where the matriarch could be then. It must have been taken down already. Yes. There it is. Thought that was a robot then. But yeah, as the Palace Brighton game was sort of a semi-audition, was a semi-Man United audition for Adam Wharton and Belieber, I'd be more inclined to go after Adam Wharton because I can easily because I can picture the pair of them forming a hell of a partnership. And oh jeez. Whoa! I didn't expect you to get in there. We run this way. Right, let's hide that. Where are you? I am dead! No! Right. Recap. Got enough of a cover. As proven by that. But yeah, with the Man United, with going back to it, unless the robots want to rudely interrupt me again, before I did shoot at them, but where are you? There you are. Ow. So I need that. Let's use that. Just chill inside until... Hello, I'm taking down the big guy outside. He's nearly down. Come on, babes. Let's get it on. Excuse me. You are more of a pain in the ass than I wanted you to be. Oh, not you. Right, let's go in here and get cover. Because this is where you come in. Right, now I've got in a bit more of a pickle than I expected. Chiefly because he's flown up again. It's very possible that I die in this excursion. Because my episode's inside. Hello. Yeah, you're all good. I want to take out that thing, if you can. Everyone just take out there. Oh, jeez.
An arc orbiter is en route. The space window is closing. You have 10 minutes to return to space.
Take out that thing.
10 minutes.
So low. Oh, we're both down. Nice. That thing's so low. Go you. This is what I look like after a night out. Cheers, bud. At least I didn't drop my gun. That's good. Let's see. Can I put you on? Repair. Does that mean that I need that? Okay. Ah. Okay, so let's reevaluate my life. Kushti. So I've got that. And cool. Okay, so let's then go to that. Let's give this one a go. I'm warming to this map a bit more. Oh, let's drop you as well. And See, to go to the mechanic. That's a surveyor thing.
Red alert, Raiders. We've spotted a harvester in your area. A queen is guarding it with her life. Only
Logbook.
engage if you've brought your best gear, lots of backup, and a very good plan.
Just in time, I think. What a very cheerful sound that is. Now I need to get over Right, that's the harvester thingy my bobber. Am I in? Yeah. There's 2 springs in there I can see, so I can look. None of them I need. I need motor bits. Two of them? Right, I need a different position to jump into. Here we go. Let's bring you around here. Come on. I'll give you a hand. Cheers, boss. Oh, hello. That's the thing I need. Come on. Just keeping an eye on it. There you are. Must have gone this way. I'll give you a hand. Nice!
Good job, guys.
Careful.
I used the one partner that didn't get no game.
Oh! I just realised what was chasing after me. Thought, Christ is getting awfully loud. Where's the one with the arse cannon? Conveyor thing. Oh my god, that is at me. That's good. don't particularly want to get involved, but I think I'm gonna have to. How'd you get up? He's mounted the petrol station. That's great news. There's the thing with the arse cannon. What is this? Where have you gone? Woo! That's too close for me. Those two guys who got it, it'll be fine. I'm really hard focusing there. Just going. How can my weapon be broken? I have a slight problem now then. How on earth can my weapon be broken? Oh my Gideon! Right.
Head home to the cliffside air shaft.
That's that way.
Head home at the overlook air shaft.
Don't know what more I can do with a broken weapon. I'm hoping. You got fine, that's got 12. I'm all good on that. I'm kind of hanging around. Is that a surge shield recharger you want, bud? Who wanted a shield recharger? Whoa, so I want a shield recharger. Yeah, follow me, I'm jumping this one. Split stack. I have that one.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
You kindly get one core.
What's-
See, I have one more, so but I won't. Okay.
Yeah, it's all good.
You want extra? You want
Yeah.
extra?
Yeah, well, that way.
Let's go to the.
You mean That one over there. Yeah. That one.
That way. Is that a peace skin that you have, like peace in your family or something?
This is the one. I don't really know where I got it. I'm gonna be honest.
No, I think it's that skin you're wearing is a peace sign, and only friendly people wear it
Oh,
or something like that.
if it is, then I did not know that.
Yeah, just don't rat with it because.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like I think the game merchant starts with it or something.
Okay. I see.
Fun fact.
Good to know.
Yes, we're gonna be on time.
Oh, good. Really?
Let's go home.
Oh my god. One of those guys tried to kill me, right? So annoying my gun broke. Right, I need to... It was annoying just because my gun broke, so I reckon we could have had that, but there we go. Check the city game. So let's repair my gun. Let's see what that recycles into. Power rod, whatever that is. Um, it's this one. I just saw I've done the trophy display thing. So that's this one. Pop triggers. Commit resource. I don't understand what that is, the projects, but there we go. Let's do one more. Let's just do this one. Actually, I want to do Stellan Montis because actually I'm not repair. I just realised I was muted for the entire thing. But if you're a team that needs a QB, I don't understand what trading for one of Tua or Kyler would achieve. Because why would you trade for... If you're thinking of being in the market for either Tua or Kyler, I would encourage you to think, why would I trade for QB that another team's trying to move on from? Because that must give you at least some question mark, because good QBs don't end up on the trade market for no apparent reason. Even if they incentivize it by throwing in a second or by throwing in a pick, because any pick you may or may not receive to me is not worth it. And I'd encourage the sort of the long-term approach, because at its very core, I would not trade for a QB that another team's trying to move on from when it's not purely for cap reasons and for more how they conduct themselves and other related question marks. Going back to way back when we were talking about Palace and Brighton being a semi-audition for Belieber or Wharton, as they're often linked with Man United, I would be inclined to go for Adam Wharton rather than a Belieber, because I can picture him and Kobe Mainoo forming a stronger partnership. Now, I get Ineos are going down a more of a data-driven route, but data would not be able to quantify how strong of a relationship they most likely would form off the pitch, and therefore translate to the pitch. That is then a foundation that you can build from. That's the thing. It's the data analytics only gets you so far. It's an indicator, not a dictator. And as much as it may say how much they press and all that kind of stuff and imply things about their personality, sometimes you have to go for gut feel. And my gut feel is telling me that Adam Wharton would be a better partner to Kobe Mainoo, because they'd be more compatible off the pitch. I have been streaming for over 3.5 hours. I'm starting to get a bit tired. I'm going to be stopping for my dinner and all that jazz. So I'm going to call it there. It's been a pleasure as always. I will be live 7 p.m. on Tuesday. I will see you then. Have a good evening, morning or afternoon.